Hi, you guys. Welcome back for our daily practice questions. As always, I like to get into my introduction and disclaimer before getting started with our questions for today. So, for those of you who are familiar with me, hey, y'all. For those of you who are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Brittany Weinstock. I am a family nurse practitioner, and I am the founder and CEO of the Nursing Studio. I provide resources, tools, review courses, review books, one on one sessions, and more to assist nurses as well as nurse practitioners with success on their boards as well as in practice. I've been doing this since 2015, assisting nurses and nurse practitioners internationally with exam success. Now, I always like to talk about my disclaimer and reminder that we know there's no absolutes in medicine. We treat on a patient by patient basis, and any other questions you see here I have designed and created based on the current guidelines that are being tested on the ANCC as well as AAMP exam. Now, any of my videos you may see where I'm teaching on things that we currently do in practice, I will always say that so there's no confusion. So, with that being said, let's get into question number one for today. Question number one states a patient presents to the office with complaints of a rash to her wrist that is itchy. She states that this started 2 days ago. Upon examination, the nurse practitioner inquires if the patient made any recent changes in soap, detergent, or anything else. The patient denies any changes other than purchasing her new bracelet. After evaluating the patient's bracelet and the location of inflammation and rash formation, the nurse practitioner believes that the bracelet is a source of the skin irritation. Based on these findings, what is the best diagnosis? Is it A, atopic dermatitis, B, contact dermatitis, C, pityriasis rosea, or D, psoriasis? Take a moment and tell me what you got in the comments, you guys. All right, you guys, I always recommend reading the stem of the question first so it allows you to slow down to ensure that you are answering what is even being asked of you. So, here the stem of the question states based on these findings, what is the best diagnosis? And you know what I tell you, if they're asking for a diagnosis, you need to run it back and look at the assessment findings, right? So, this patient came in complaining of a itchy rash to her wrist. She states that it's been going on for 2 days. On exam, the nurse practitioner is asking if she made any changes like soaps, detergent. She denies any of that, but she states she did purchase a new bracelet recently, and the nurse practitioner believes that this is secondary to the bracelet. So, based off of all of that, what is the most likely diagnosis? The best answer is B, contact dermatitis. If you see something that is in a particular space and you can identify a source that matches that particular irritant, it is most likely contact dermatitis. Okay, so the best answer choice here is B. Question number two, the nurse practitioner and NP student are discussing differences between atopic dermatitis and contact dermatitis. The nurse practitioner is explaining the most common difference. What is an appropriate response by the nurse practitioner? Is it A, atopic dermatitis is typically unilateral? B, contact dermatitis is typically unilateral? C, atopic dermatitis is commonly associated with silvery plaques? Or D, atopic dermatitis is macular papular in presentation? Take a moment and tell me what you got in the comments, you guys. All right, so here, stem of the question states, what is an appropriate response by the nurse practitioner? So, what are we responding to? The nurse practitioner and NP student are discussing differences between atopic dermatitis and contact dermatitis. And the NP is explaining the most common difference between the two. And the most common difference is B, contact dermatitis is typically unilateral. Think back from question number one. Because the irritant is typically on contact that leads to the contact dermatitis, it's typically unilateral as is in one location, right? Meaning like the bracelet was a source of the irritant causing the rash. So it was unilateral in nature. Or they wore a necklace. So it's not that it can't be bilateral, but it's most commonly and typically unilateral. Whereas atopic dermatitis, aka eczema, is typically more bilateral in nature, right? You typically see like children with eczema patches behind both of their knees or on their elbows. You know what I mean? So that's more of a common trend when you're trying to differentiate and looking at the presentation for the differences, I should say. Okay. All right. And lastly, question number three for today. The nurse practitioner has confirmed the diagnosis of atopic dermatitis. What is the best treatment? Is it A, topical metronidazole, B, topical corticosteroids, C, nothing it should resolve on its own in 4 weeks, or D, nothing it should resolve on its own in 2 weeks? Take a moment and tell me what you got, you guys. All right. So, stem of the question, what is the best treatment? You know what I tell you? If they're asking for a treatment, you need to run it back and see if they have provided you with a diagnosis. And if they have not provided the diagnosis, you need to take it back a step further so that you're able to look at the assessment findings to come up with a diagnosis because we need to know what it is to know how to treat it, right? And so here they have provided the diagnosis, and it is atopic dermatitis. Again, atopic dermatitis is eczema, right? So, how do we treat this? Now, we know with eczema, it's based on severity and the needs. You want to make sure that they're keeping these areas moisturized with creams, emollients, right? But again, with anything, there's gold standard. So, the gold standard first line therapy for atopic dermatitis is B, topical corticosteroids, okay? All right, you guys, I hope you found this helpful. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with whomever you may think may find this beneficial as well. But make sure to meet me back here. If you need any other resources that I offer, feel free to reach out to the nursing studio by giving us a call at 803 400 6864. You can also shoot a text message to this number or shoot us an email at thenursingstudio, the number one, at gmail.com. The things that I offer are the review book that's broken down by systems designed for family and adult Gero for both exams, the ANCC as well as AAMP. It has an interactive section per system to test your knowledge in the format that I teach: assessment, diagnosis, evaluation, and treatment, as well as there are practice questions and rationales at the end of the book. It is provided in an ebook option as well as a paperback option. Both are linked in the bio of this channel. If you are someone who prefers to review on your own independently on the go, I also offer a self-paced review for family and adult Gero for both exams. That is also linked in the bio of this channel. Next week, you will see the enrollment link for our September 5 week group intensive review, the one for the end of the year. And then lastly, if you're looking to book any of the one-on-one sessions, I always say reach out as they are customized. You can book a one-on-one session for 1 to 2 weaknesses per session. You can book an exam readiness assessment, or you can book the custom package where you are provided a pretest to gauge where you currently are based on the time frame that you are looking to allot to studying. We structure a study plan for you for that time frame, and I work alongside with you during that time to take you to a successful exam attempt. Okay. So if you need any of those resources, again, feel free to reach out to the nursing studio. But y'all know what to do. Make sure you meet me back here. Happy studying. Bye, y'all.